Hello everyone, welcome to Design Your Destiny. Let me start with a story. Some 300 years ago, the Burmese army planned an attack to invade Thailand. At the time, the country was known as Siam. The Siamese monks were in possession of the golden Buddha statue, which stands over 10 feet tall with a weight in excess of 2.5 tons. It's made of pure solid gold, with today's valuation to the tune of millions of dollars. The monks determined to protect the shrine that meant so much to them. They knew that the Burmese army would stop at nothing to steal the golden Buddha because of its tremendous monetary value. So the monks covered the golden Buddha with 12 inches of clay, knowing that the army would ignore it and think it worthless. The Buddha remained safe in its clay covering. For many years, the army occupied the village with this temple and Buddha. And there was a time where nobody remembered that the Buddha was golden. And few generations passed by. Sometime in the mid-50s, a monastery was to be relocated to make room for a new highway. The monks arranged for a crane to move the clay-covered golden Buddha to its new location. As the crane started to lift the statue, it was much heavier than expected, and it began to crack. Later that day in the night, the head monk took his flashlight and went out to further inspect the Buddha. When the light of the flashlight shone into the crack of the clay, he saw a shining thing, a reflection of something underneath the clay. He decided to carefully chisel away thick layers of clay, and he was shocked to see that the whole Buddha was made of solid gold. It now resides in the temple of the Golden Buddha in Bangkok, Thailand. And this story is a great metaphor. We all are like the Golden Buddha. Most of us are covered in clay. We were born pure with tremendous value and unlimited potential. But over a period of time, we filled it with clay. The heaviest layer of clay is, our own doing. It's our limited thinking and our unconscious conditioning. The other layers of clay get added on from external influences like your parents, schools, teachers, your boss, co-workers, society, media. Eventually we are so laden with clay that we forget that the golden Buddha is there all the time. All we need to do is start chipping away the clay and rediscover our tremendous value. The unfortunate thing is that many people live a whole lifetime without uncasing their golden Buddha. So my purpose in this session is to give you the tools, strategies, techniques, principles to chip away the clay. So my intention is to help you to unleash the power within each one of you. To make any change, you need power, right? For any personal transformation, you need personal power. Personal power is your ability to influence yourself first and others. So before influencing others, you need to influence yourself. Before inspiring others, you need to inspire yourself. Got it? So to start with, I'm going to share with you some key principles to unleash your personal power. Let us reclaim our personal power. There is only one person responsible for the quality of your life, and that person is you. We must take personal responsibility. We cannot change the circumstances, the season, the wind. We can only change ourselves. If you want to be successful, we have to take 100% responsibility for everything that you experience in your life. This includes the level of your achievements, the results you produce, the quality of your relationships, the state of your health, your physical fitness, your income, your feelings, everything. And this is not easy. In fact, most of us have been conditioned to blame something outside of ourselves, for the parts of our life we don't like. We blame our parents, our friends, our co-workers, our client, our spouse, The weather, the economy, the astrological chart, or lack of money, anyone or anything, we can pin the blame on. We never want to look at where the real problem is, just ourselves. Many people find it hard to make any real progress towards their goals because they have given up their power to someone or something else by blaming that person or thing for their current circumstances. So instead of that, take full responsibility, full control over your life. If people, when they lose their job, they'll blame the economy. If they're unhappy, they'll blame their partner. If they are overweight, they'll blame the junk food industry, advertisements. And if they have a low self-esteem, they'll blame their parents. The problem is when you think like this, you end up giving the person or the thing a lot of power, right? And they'll have power over you. You're letting them determine the outcomes you get in your life. You're acting as if you are powerless to do anything about it. And there's a wonderful story about this. There's a man and he was walking outside in the night and comes upon another man down on his knees looking for something under a street light. The passerby ask him what the other person is looking for. So he answers that he's looking for his lost key. Okay, he lost his key. So the passerby offers to help him and started searching for the key. After an hour of fruitless searching, he says we've looked everywhere for it and we've not found it. Now, are you sure that you lost it here? The other man replies, no, I lost it at my home. Because there's more light out here under the street lamp, I'm searching here. It's time to stop looking outside yourself for the answers. We need to look inside. 99% of all failures come from people who have a habit of making excuses. Now you have to take the position that you have always had the power to make a difference. Get it right. You have the power to produce the desired result. You are the only person who has any real power over your life and destiny. You might not be able to control the events that happens in your life, but you have absolute control over how you choose to respond to those events. And it's your response to events that determine the outcome you get in life. Your past is not equal to your future. All that matters now is that from this point forward, you choose. That's right. It's a choice. So I'll share with you a very powerful formula on this regard. S plus R equals E. S is basically the stimulus plus response is the experience. If I punch like this, okay, so if I punch, what are the responses? The response 1 is to block me, right, and punch me back. Response 2 is to receive the punch. Listen, the stimulus is the same, but when you changed your response, your experience changed. Our life situations and events are like this. You can change your outcome, your results in life, by changing your response. The basic idea is that every outcome you experience in life, whether it is success or failure, wealth or poverty, health or illness, joy or frustration, is a result of how you have responded to an earlier situation or situations in your life. If you don't like the experiences you are currently getting, there are two basic choices which you can make. Number one is you can blame the situation, the event, for the lack of result. You can blame the economy, the weather, the lack of money, your lack of education, your gender, the government, your spouse, your boss, so many people and things. There's no doubt that all these factors do exist, but if they were the deciding factor, nobody would ever succeed. The second choice is take 100% responsibility. When you stop blaming others and focus, instead on taking, full responsibility for your circumstances, you go from being a helpless victim to playing a more active, solution-focused role in your life. So instead of asking, how could this happen to me? You ask, what can I learn from this and how can I transform it into positive? Everything you experience today is the result of choices you have made in the past. You only have control over two things in your life: the thoughts you think and the actions you take, which is your behavior basically. How you use these two things determine everything you experience. If you don't like what you're producing and experiencing, you have to change your responses. Change your negative thoughts into positive ones. Change your negative habits to positive ones. If you keep doing what you have always done, you will get what you have always got. I repeat, if you keep doing what you have always done, you will get what you have always got. One definition of insanity is continuing the same behavior and expecting a different result. The day you change your response is the day your life will begin to get better. So now, how to do this? The first thing is you have to give up blaming and complaining. You will never become successful as long as you continue to blame someone or something else for your lack of success. You have to give up complaining. So make the decision right now to stop complaining, to stop spending time with complainers and get on with creating the life of your dreams. So learn to replace complaining with taking action. Now that will achieve your desired outcomes. And that's what successful people do. If you read biographies of successful people, leaders, you will see this pattern. It's not that everything was smooth in their life and everyone faced, they faced their own challenges, obstacles, difficulties, difficult situations. But instead of complaining, they took action to change the situation. So don't just sit there and complain. Do something about it. And remember, it's up to you to make the change, to do something different. The world doesn't owe you anything. You have to create it. So to be powerful, you need to take the position that you create or allow everything that happens to you. So by create, I mean that you directly cause something to happen by your actions or inactions. Successful people, on the other hand, face reality. They do the uncomfortable thing and take steps to create their desired outcome. Successful people don't wait for disasters to occur and then blame something or someone else for their problems. The bottom line is that you are the one who is creating your life the way it is. The life you currently live is the result of all your past thoughts and actions. You are in charge of your current thoughts and your present feelings. You are in charge of what you say and what you do. So you're also in charge of what goes into your mind. The books you read, the magazines, the movies, the social media, television, right? Whatever you feed inside you, the people you hang out with, all these things influence. Every action is under our control. So to be more successful, all you have to do is to act in ways that produce more of what you want. That's it. It's that simple. Though this principle is simple, it's not necessarily easy to implement. And it requires a lot of awareness, dedicated discipline, and a willingness to experiment and take risk. So you have to be willing to pay attention to what you're doing and to the results you are producing. The formula is simple, do more of what is working, do less of what isn't, and try on new behaviors to see if they produce better results. Pay close attention. Your results don't lie. The easiest, fastest, and best way to find out what is or isn't working is to pay attention to the results you are currently producing. You're either rich or you're not. You either command respect or you don't. You're either maintaining your ideal body weight or you are not. You're either happy or you are not. You either have what you want or you don't have. It's that simple. Your results don't lie. So you have to give up the excuses and justifications and come in terms with the results you are producing. Don't kid yourself. Be ruthless. Be honest with yourself. Right? So take your own inventory with respect to your results. Okay, now look at this picture. Right? So we have 4 quadrants. You have your potential, belief, action, and results. See, the potential we all have is unlimited. Seriously, unlimited. But what stops us from getting what we want, the results we want, is our belief system. So I'll give an example or a story, right? Elephants, right? So when they capture elephants, sometimes they capture this baby elephants from the forest. And these guys, hunters, they capture the elephant, baby elephant, and they use a strong chain to tie that elephant in a pole or something like that. And this baby elephant, when it's very small and it has all the power and strength, it tries to break that chain and doesn't break because the chain is very strong, the pole is very strong. The interesting thing is, after so many years, when this particular elephant it becomes really big, twice, thrice bigger the size, these guys use the same, chain to tie that elephant. Actually, right now, the elephant has the power to break that chain, but it doesn't even try. You know why? Because of the conditioning. It doesn't know that it has the power to break that chain. Now, our lives are like that. We all had this kind of conditioning in the past. Maybe in your school or in your friends, your environment. Somebody told you that you are not good in something and you believed. And we stopped even trying to check whether it's true or not, later in life. So that's why I said the potential we all have is unlimited. But what stops us from getting the results we want, is our belief system. Right? Whatever you believe will become your reality. Now, if you really want to be successful, we have to work on this belief system. We have to believe in yourself. That's why I'm saying this is a very powerful principle. And I want you to get it right because and work on this, because if you don't work on this, the rest of the things I'm going to share with you in this session may not be of much use, because everything starts with your belief. So the first thing to change your belief system is to do the things which you are scared of doing. It can be anything. It can be like, talking to somebody, or, selling something, or some other skill. I don't know what it is for you. But just think about it. What is holding you back? And whatever is holding you back, if you really want different results, the first thing is you have to face your fear and do it anyway. You will fail. You will feel miserable. It's not going to be easy. But if you're consistent, and if you are ready to take that risk, and if you practice, one day you will achieve that and you will change your belief system. See, it's very similar to your driving skill. I'm sure that you all can relate to this if you have learned driving from any driving school. So how was it initially, right? You were really scared. You had this dream, goal to learn driving, but when you got into the car, on day one, you realize, what you don't know, right? You saw everybody driving, you thought, okay, it was easy, but when you got into the car, you realized, oh my God, it's not that easy. And it was a learning curve. It took some time. And one day, maybe after, the 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you really got it. You really got that steering balance, and, you knew how to shift the gear and things like that. Now, after so many years, right now, you don't even think about it, right? Because that's a skill you have. Because you have a strong belief system inside that you are a good driver. You don't think about, which gear to change. You don't think about the steering. You don't think about anything because you're on an autopilot mode, because you have a strong belief that you are a good driver. Same with all the skills. Same with whatever you want to develop. And if you want to speak in public, if you want to achieve something, it's not, for everybody. We all go through these different stages, different phases. But the power is in belief. And if you look at leaders, they all have a strong belief system about what is possible. They believe that they can do that. And as I said before, if you don't believe in yourself, don't expect others to believe in you. So if you really want to become a leader, it starts with changing your belief system. So you have to believe that you are a leader. That's when people will start believing in you. All right? And leadership is also a skill, like any other skill you can practice and develop. So the point this is a very important thing. Just think about it. Just write down all your fears. Whatever it is, right? Take your time. Just write down all the things which are holding you back. Write in detail. And the next step is Commit yourself to take action, even baby steps, to face this fear. And one day, you will change your mindset, your belief system. And from then on, life will never be the same. All right? So this is the first thing with respect to changing your belief system. The second thing is your self-talk. Okay? So same like facing the fear, there's one more thing which actually drains your energy or which stops you from getting the result, is your self-talk. So we all have this self-talk. We talk to ourselves all the time. If you get up every day in the morning, I'll just give an example. If you talk to yourself, I'm an idiot, I don't know why I'm here on this planet, nobody loves me, oh my god, I have to show up for work again, oh, I have to shake hand with people, and one guy is coming, hello sir, I'm Sreejith. The other guy will know that you're good for nothing. You didn't say to him, because of your self-talk, because you're talking to yourself, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid, I'm an idiot, and then you're shaking hands with somebody, that person will get that vibe. But on the other hand, if you get up every day and talk to yourself in a positive way, that I'm smart and confident, like I can face this, I can do this, it's possible. If you have those kind of inner self-talk, positive self-talk, you project a different vibe. And when you shake hand with people, people will get that. And we talk to ourselves all the time, right? We all have this conversation with ourselves. Now, the second technique or the practice to change your belief system is to have empowering, positive self-talk with yourself. When you talk to yourself, have an empowering self-talk, a positive self-talk. Because what you talk to yourself matter. So when you see yourself in the mirror, when you meet people, what is the conversation you are having with yourself? If that conversation is negative, if it is not powerful, it'll show up in your body language. It'll show up when you interact with people. So have a positive self-talk. So these two things, if you can do it, you'll see a lot of changes in yourself. And it'll change your results, basically. Right? So basically, don't try to change your outcome. Just try to change your belief system. So the two things I repeat. The first thing is, do the things you are scared of doing. Okay? And the second thing is, just check on your self-talk. Talk to yourself in a positive way. All right. As you might imagine, self-image is related to what you see when you look yourself in the mirror. However, it goes much deeper than that. Self-image refers to how we see ourselves, both internally and externally. Self-image is how you perceive yourself. And it's a number of self-impressions that have built up over time. And these self-images can be very positive, giving a person confidence in their thoughts and actions, or negative, making a person doubtful of their capabilities and ideas. Whether we realize it or not, each of us carries about with us a mental blueprint or picture of ourselves. And it has been built up from our own beliefs about ourselves. And most of these beliefs about ourselves have unconsciously been formed from our past experiences. Things like our success, our failures, our humiliations, our victories. People, the way they reacted to us, our parents, teachers, our environment, our culture, the compliments you received, the criticism you received, all played an important role in developing your self-image. So if you consider yourself a slow learner, chances are you will remain so. If you believe that you cannot learn a foreign language, and most probably you will not. If you believe that you can't be successful, chances are that you never will. As Henry Ford says, if you think you can or think you can't, you're right. If you don't believe in yourself, don't expect others to believe in you. If you don't love yourself, don't expect others to love you. The three elements of person's self-image are, number one, what do you think of yourself? Number two, what do you think others think of yourself? And number three is, what do you want others to think of yourself? A positive self-image is having a good view of yourself. Believing that you are at least somewhat close to your ideal version of yourself. On the other hand, negative self-image is the flip side of the above, believing that you are nowhere near to your ideal version of yourself. As you might expect, low self-image can be a real derailer. When we feel bad about ourselves, everything in life goes for a toss. The key to unlocking success in business and in life, therefore, lies in creating a strong self-image. The image we hold in our head controls our success and failure. On a fundamental level, our thoughts create our reality. So if you think you have the capacity to assume total control of your life, take on new challenges, learn from your mistakes, and go on for the results you want, you will. But if you believe that no matter how hard I try, you will never succeed, then guess what? Your fears will become your reality. So that's why self-confidence is so important. And the best action you can take to start reclaiming your power is to grow your self-esteem by remembering what you are truly capable of achieving. To become the kind of person who is capable of taking full responsibility for your life and taking bold action towards your goals. First you have to believe, that you are that kind of person. So you all act inconsistent with who we believe we are, our identity. The good news is there are strategies to improve our self-image, irrespective of where you are right now. So I'm going to share with you 2 powerful exercises. The purpose of this exercise is to remind you that you are an incredibly capable person who is able to achieve incredible things in life. Yeah, you are. When you remember who you are, who you really are, anything is possible. So I request everyone to do this, and the power is in action. So the first one is a writing exercise. So please take your notepad and pen. All right, so let's start. It's called the Strength Finder. So I'll explain first, listen to me, and then you can start writing. So the first one, right? Let me tell you one more thing. The best way to work on your self-image is to gain some self-knowledge. So use these questions to learn more about yourself. All right? And these are very powerful, questions. The first question, the first statement, basically, list 10 things you love about yourself. And it's a simple exercise, very powerful exercise. So all you need to do is to list 10 things you love about yourself. And for some people, this can be harder, but just, give your best shot. Think. Your 10, things which you love about yourself. If you reach 10 and if you have more, please feel free to write more. Right. The second one is list 10 skills you possess. Building a better self-image isn't just about loving. It's also about building ourselves up, right? In different dimensions. And this is a skill dimension. So this exercise can, boost your self-image in the skill dimension. This can be any skill, right? Like singing, working with Excel sheet, or gardening, cooking, painting. It can be anything. Just write down at least 10 skills you have, your strengths. Okay? The third one is list 10 achievements of which you are proud of. These achievements can be big things like learning new language and things like that, or smaller things like winning a competition and things like that. So not necessarily the current ones. You can even write, things, your old success stories. So no success is too small to be celebrating. So write down, keep going. So you can write more than 10. 10 is minimum. The fourth one is list 3 events, occasions where you overcame adversity or challenges. Write down in detail, right? Some like resilience, like things like you bounce back from a tough situation. So write it down in detail, right? The fifth one and the last one is list 5 people who you have helped. And it doesn't need to be a giant gesture. Just think about it. All the ways you have helped somebody, your friend or whoever it is, like giving some advice or giving money or being spending with somebody, time with someone, right? Acting as a reference to get someone a job. It can be anything, right? So any help you extended to anybody, just write it down. Okay, write down in detail. Okay, so take your time. You're in no hurry. The important point here is that when you write down, you're discovering yourself. You're going deep into yourself. Once finished writing, read your script and read it out loud and feel proud of yourself. And keep your list of accomplishments with you, where you can see it often. Right? And continue to write. Maybe you can do this exercise once in a month. Sometimes we all need is a reminder. We are more than what we think. I believe each of us is born with a life purpose. Identifying, acknowledging, and honoring this purpose is perhaps the most important action you can take. You see, without a purpose in life, it's easy to get sidetracked on your life's journey. It's easy to wander and drift, accomplishing, little. But with a purpose, everything in life seems to fall into place. To be on purpose means you are doing what you love to do, doing what you are good at, and accomplishing what's important to you. When you are truly on purpose, the people, resources, and opportunities you need naturally gravitate towards you. The world benefits too, because when you are acting in alignment with your purpose, all of your actions automatically serve others. Once you know what your life purpose is, you can organize all of your activities around it. Everything you do should be an expression of your purpose. If an activity doesn't fit that formula, just don't do that, period. So human beings crave purpose and suffer serious psychological difficulties when we don't have it. Purpose is a fundamental component of a fulfilling life. Purpose can also enhance our self-esteem. So long as we feel that we are successfully dealing with challenges and moving closer to our goal, our self-confidence increases. We feel a sense of competence and achievement and enhanced ability to deal with difficulties and challenges. You must have heard of this book, Ikigai, right? Ikigai? Yeah, so Ikigai is a Japanese word that translates as a reason for being, a reason to get up in the morning. It's easiest to think about Ikigai as an intersection of the common ground between what you love, what you care, what the world needs, and what you can get paid for. And Ikigai, in some ways, is like a compass, aligning your actions with the things that you live for. It helps you to navigate your life. And everyone's Ikigai is unique, and it's based on your values, your beliefs, your personality, and it's a personal journey. It may take time. So to discover your Ikigai, you must first find what you're most passionate about. Then you find the medium through which you can express that passion. So let's do an exercise to find your Ikigai. It's a very powerful one. So step 1 is start answering these questions. Question number 1, what do you love? What are you passionate about? The second question is, what are you good at? Right? The third one is, what does the world need from your strength? The fourth one is, what can you get paid for? And you don't have to force yourself to come up with answers in one sitting, all right? In fact, take some time, right? Shut yourself and be honest with yourself. Don't be afraid to jot down, whatever comes to your mind, no matter how crazy or irrational it is. Step 2 is map it out. Just draw in this diagram. Make it visual. So this map will give you a lot of clarity on your life's purpose. The third one is based on the Ikigai map. Write your life purpose statement, your Ikigai statement. I'll give my example so you can connect with that. So my Ikigai, my life's purpose, is to educate, inspire, and transform people by providing practical wisdom and tools and help them to live a happy, healthy, and fulfilling life. See, this is my purpose statement. So once you have yours, write it down, your life purpose, and read it every day, preferably in the morning. And if you are artistic, you can, draw some visual, images of that, a symbol or things like that, which represents your life's purpose. And then hang it somewhere where you will see it every day. This will keep you focused on your purpose. All right? So start working on this assignment. Take your time, right? Just, find a good place where nobody's going to disturb you and start writing. Find your ikigai.